Hey, what up, everybody? Stevie Breach coming to you. I'm on the run from prison here in my bright-ass orange shirt. I apologize. You can mess with the contrast on your computer screen or however you're watching this video, but I know that I'm honestly 5 to 6 hours too late on the announcement of the Sheamus injury. But honestly, the one thing that I've been thinking about the most is how this is going to shake up SummerSlam. Honestly, talk about Sheamus for a minute. Honestly, I hope that Sheamus, goes out, gets whatever he has to do, if it's surgery or however it is to fix himself back up and come back. But honestly, I know that when a lot of guys come back, they honestly just sort of, turn them. If they were face, they come back heel. If they're a heel, they come back babyface. And it's easier to have them come back as a babyface, I guess, because you haven't seen the guy in so long, and you wanted to show the guy to appreciate him, to show him that, you're glad that he's back, because you sort of have missed him for a good little while. I think, everybody can remember when Triple H came back in, when was that, 2000... That would be early 2002 in January when he came back from his injury, and everybody cheered him on to win the Royal Rumble, and he was a big story like that, even though when he left, he was one of the most hated heels in the company, with him teaming up with Stone Cold Steve Austin on the two-man power trip and all that deal. But, Sheamus... Honestly, since turning babyface, he had that monster run of 2011 where he just kept getting win after win after win, and he won the Royal Rumble. He went on to go to WrestleMania, and when he was at WrestleMania, he was able to win the championship from Daniel Bryan in a record amount of seconds to kick the show off, which honestly put a lot of people in a bad little funk. For the good part of that show, until Cena and Rock came out later that night and tore the house down with that awesome match. I've never really caught on to this guy. He had that monster run, that started sometime around 2011 where he just sort of turned babyface. He had the one count-out loss to Mark Henry at SummerSlam, and then he just kept on picking up wins, but he never was inside of a major angle. He was never, he just was sort of the guy that was always picked to fight somebody by either Teddy Long or whoever the Raw GM was at the time, as the sort of like a surprise guy to come up and beat somebody up, and he would score the win. But that seems like that's even how they've been pushing him now, ever since he dropped the World Heavyweight Championship, months back, and ended his little long run of holding the title after beating Daniel Bryan. It just seems like he just was a guy on the card. They've never really made him that special of a guy. He's really, really stood out when he was in ECW, beating the shit out of people, jumping over to Monday Night Raw, and I think he made Jamie Noble, beat him so bad it retired him in his Raw debut, I think is when that was. And, went on, surprised the world by being the guy that Jesse the Body Ventura, set up to face John Cena for the title in a tables match, and then going on and winning that title, which I think really shocked the world. Became a two-time champion really, really fast with the WWE title. I think he beat Cena both times, even though one time was one-on-one, and then the tables match. Another match was the Fatal 4-Way. With the help of Nexus, he got to hold the title, didn't hold it for Mania, went on, had the match with Triple H, lost that one, but, as a heel, he just seemed to sort of matter more, and have feuds that you actually cared about. I know that he ran away from the Nexus, squealing like a little pig, begging for John Cena to come help him, but everything except for that made the guy really seem to matter, and as a babyface, they try to put him out there with, John Cena and make him seem like he's a big deal, putting him on the posters, and I don't know what the 1-800-FELLA thing was, and we're probably never going to figure out what that is, because I'm not sure if they're going to want to let that live on the whole time he's gone, but there had to have been some sort of payoff for these vignettes, right? The only thing that I ever saw was Zack Ryder sort of, did a spoof on his channel. There had to have been something to come along out of this, some sort of feud or something like that, or something they were planning. Stupid comedy for no sense at all, that's not selling some sort of a commercial for some sort of ad to really pay off in the end. I don't know. And 1-800-CALL-ATT or 1-800-COLLECT, those collect phone lines from back in the day, if you remember watching WCW Nitro, I don't think they were going to be the payoff of having some advertising at the end. But you know, the one thing that I heard going into SummerSlam that they had for Sheamus is that he was going to sort of take on the Shield, and I think that would have been, you know, good to find the Shield have a match, you know, a 3-on-3 sort of encounter, you know, when they're coming to Monday Night Raw in the dark match. It's John Cena and Mark Henry taking them on. And I know they've gone through and they've fought a whole bunch of people, you know, in different trios. They fought, you know, Ryback and Sheamus and John Cena. They fought freaking Ryback and Team Hell No. They fought freaking... they lost to the Usos and Christian. I remember that one. They lost to Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton and somebody else. So, I mean, like, everybody's really fought these guys. But just to have another trios match, hopefully having the Shield go over. They've had that stupid thing that WWE does. We're going to put the mid-card title on you. They've got the United States Championship. They've got the Tag Team Championships. And somehow, because they got these belts, it means they can lose every week. And that's stupid. They made these guys really special. They made them really stand out. Now they're just really not doing anything. Basically, the only things that I had really heard about what they were going to be doing at SummerSlam that was rumored was having some sort of a trios match that was going to involve Randy Orton. It was going to be Sheamus. And I believe the third guy that they were saying was going to be Mark Henry to make sure that he got on the card. I think that Mark Henry, after Monday, he might be fighting Ryback, but they could have easily filled that last spot with somebody that just, you know, didn't have a match. It's kind of funny. Another thing that stands out in my mind is that they were supposed to do Triple H versus Curtis Axel as one of the major attraction matches for SummerSlam, and then they sort of scratched that because they didn't want Triple H wrestling against nobodies and having no real payoff. Maybe saving him for big matches at Mania or anything that's just sort of like a special attraction, like anything like with a big guy, if they ever wanted to do Triple H versus John Cena again, or Triple H versus CM Punk in a match that actually matters. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of now that they're not doing that match. Curtis Axel's not even on the freaking card. So it shows you, you know, they have some value in this guy, but not enough. I'm about to hurry home from work, and I, you know, was marking out earlier when I was looking at Twitter, because somebody was saying, it was Luke, I apologize, Luke, Mr. Luke Cara, was saying that, Paul Heyman does commentary on Main Event. It's been a long time since WrestleMania 17. It's one of my favorites, and, one of the things that really makes that stand out is Paul Heyman and Jim Ross doing the, play-by-play out there with, it was one of the Manias that Jerry the King Lawler missed because he walked out on the company after the cat, his girlfriend at the time, quit. He did come back after the Angle finished at, I think it was the night after Survivor Series is when he came back and they threw Heyman out with the trash. But what are they going to do with the Shield now? I guess you could sort of pair them up and you could do the tag team match against the Usos. Maybe you put Kofi Kingston out there against Dean Ambrose. I think Ryback was the guy that destroyed Kofi, so maybe do Ryback versus Kofi, but then why did you build up the match with Ryback walking out on freaking Mark Henry? I mean, that was stupid. That was dumb. First you have, who was he fighting? Was it Ryback versus Jericho? A couple weeks ago, and Ryback just quit during the match, just saying that his knee was hurt and that he was done. Then he gets in a match against Mark Henry, which would matter more than anything, because it's his first WrestleMania match. He gets into the ring and, you know, starts to wrestle. You know, he lost to this guy at Mania. That match should mean something, so he should be trying to going out, even though it's on Monday Night Raw, the first time he's facing this guy, make sure that he beats this guy to show the world that maybe WrestleMania was a fluke and that he's better than this, but he just walks out. I really think that they don't have anything for this. There's no reason for this. They probably just wanted to make sure both guys didn't take a loss and both guys look good after this. But Ryback looks like a bitch. He looks bad. I mean, like, he looks like somebody that I'm never really going to care about ever again. And, you know, that's you know, weird that October, November, December, he was one of the hottest things in wrestling and one of the things that people really cared about, how they were going to work this guy up. People bought fucking Hell in the Cell because they thought there was a chance that he was going to beat Punk and, you know, have something that mattered. Crazy. Stupid. Anyways, if anything's out of this video, you know, what do you think they're going to do with the Shield? at SummerSlam? I have no clue, but I'm sure they'll find something. These guys got to have a match. Hopefully they can pull out a win, whoever they're against. Sheamus, get well soon, and we'll holla at you later, fella. Peace out.